Okay, I'll just solve this for you people. अब हमने इसकी expansion करनी है and we need to expand this particular equation. So we'll multiply 3p with the next bracket. So we'll be having 12p squared and then 3p times negative 5q would produce negative 15pq. Now we'll repeat the same process with 2q. So 2q times 4p and then 2q times negative 5q. So what you have got over here is that you would multiply 2q with 4p first. This is going to produce 8pq. And then 2q with negative 5q is going to produce negative 10q squared. Now you can see that negative 15pq and positive 8pq can be simplified further. So इसे हमने further simplify करना है and we'll be reduced to 12p squared minus 7pq minus 10q squared. So this is going to be our final answer. Perfect. Now moving forward, we are now moving on to one other question. एक और similar question हम practice कर लेते हैं and then we'll move on to the next topic. So we have got 2m minus 3n times 5m plus 7n. Now we need to multiply them. और हमने concept यही use करना है that we would multiply 2m with the next bracket first and then negative 3n with the next bracket. और फिर हम simplify करके अपना final answer लाएंगे. So just give it a try and see if you people are able to solve this. Generally these questions are for 2 marks. तो working लाजमी दिखानी है आप लोगों ने और फिर second mark जो है वो answer का होगा. And usually these questions are with the condition of CAO, correct answer only की condition के साथ होते हैं ये questions. तो अगर आपका answer differ कर रहा है from the actual one given in the marking scheme, तो आपको answer के marks नहीं मिलेंगे. Now we have got the first answer as 10m square minus 21n. Let's see what others are getting. Then I'll solve this for you people. जल्दी से solve करें और मुझे अपने अपने आंसर्स बताएं. All of you, be quick. Okay, so we have got another answer which is like seeming to be slightly different. I'll just solve this for you people. Manur, I'm not hearing from you. Are you solving the questions? So we have got 2m with 5m first. So this is going to be 10m squared. Then we'll multiply 2m with positive 7n. So हमारे पास आ जाएगा 14mn. Then the next thing is negative 3n with 5m. So we'll be having negative 15mn. Then negative 3n times 7n is going to produce negative 21n square. Now you could just simplify this और आपके पास जो final answer आएगा that would be after the simplification of middle two terms. So this is going to be 10m square minus mn minus 21n square. You could either write minus mn or minus 1mn. जो भी आपका दिल करे आप वो use कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे. So I'll better write it as negative 1mn minus 21n square. I hope this is perfectly clear. If any one of you has got any query, आप मुझसे पूछ ले अभी. Otherwise, I'm going on to the next concept. Is everyone clear? Yeah, perfect. So now moving forward, we have fractions as well. Expansion में fractions भी आ सकते हैं. Like they could ask you to convert 2 or maybe 3 different fractions into one single fraction. Like you will have 3 over 5x minus 7 minus 2 over 8x minus 9y. Now you have got two different fractions and you need to simplify them. The examiner would generally say that convert these pairs of fractions into one single fraction. Or you could say, give your answer in a single fraction in the simplest possible form. Like आपने इसको एक single fraction बनाना है, plus आप इसको simplest form में भी रखेंगे. So as you remember, once we were like doing numbers, हमने वहां पर सीखा था कि नंबर्स के अंदर जब भी फ्रैक्शंस आएंगे आप क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे. I told you people that you would always prefer cross multiplication over LCM in fractions. तो अब वो जो वहां पर हमने कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ा था वो इस जगह पे आपको हेल्प करेगा. What you will have over here is that you would multiply this 8x minus 9y with 3 and this 5x minus 7 with 2. और फिर डिनोमिनेटर में भी आप मल्टीप्लिकेशन करोगे. You would multiply in the denominators as well. So what happens over here is that you would multiply 3 with 8x minus 9y. Then you have got a negative sign. Then 2 with 5x minus 7. And in the denominator, you would multiply both of those denominators together. So you would have 5x minus 7 times 8x minus 9y. Now, I'm going to tell you a good thing over here, which is that you are not required to simplify the denominator. Denominator simplify karna lazmi nahi hai. So whenever you have got such a question, you don't need to multiply the denominators. You could only just leave them in this particular format, jaise ye abhi likhe hue. Now, moving forward, when we are multiplying the numerators, तो यहाँ पर एक major problem जो बच्चों को face होती है, जो ज़्यादातर students गलती करते हैं, as per the examiner's report, that is with this particular sign. अभी मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ तो आपको समझ आ जाएगी. Like 3 would be multiplied with 8x minus 9y, so this is going to be 24x minus 27y. Now the problem over here is कि ज़्यादातर students क्या करेंगे? They would leave this negative sign over here. They would multiply 2 with 5x, making it 10x, and 2 with negative 7, making it negative 14. Now this is wrong. You won't be like awarded any mark for this particular solution. Why? Because this sign was not particularly in the center. It was with 2. ये 2 के साथ था negative sign. So when you are multiplying the bracket with 2, you would have to change the signs internally as well. तो आपने internally sign change करने थे. This would have been negative 10x plus 14 because it's negative 2 and negative 7 being multiplied. So whenever you are solving such a question, you need to be very cautious with the sign at the center. Center वाले sign को आपने बहुत respect देनी है. Otherwise वो आपकी रिस्पेक्ट खत्म करवा देगा, आपको फेल करवा देगा. तो आपने क्या करना है, आप you just need to write the denominator as it is, which is 5x minus 7 and 8x minus 9y, and you could simplify the numerator. Numerator को आप simplify कर सकते हैं if it's possible. So if you can see, we have got 24 and negative 10 with x. You can simplify it. And it would be reduced to 14x minus 27y plus 14. Denominator would remain as it is, as 5x minus 7 and 8x minus 9y. That's it. Now, once we are done with this, you can see that the numerator is like the maximum possible simplest form. And the denominator hasn't been touched at all. आपने denominator को touch ही नहीं किया है, while the numerator is in the maximum simplest form. Now, once this question comes up for 2 marks, you would be rewarded 1 mark over here. 1 mark for all the steps that you are doing, and 1 mark for the final answer. Again, if they are asking you to give the answer in simplest possible form, तो वो भी CAO की कंडीशन के साथ होगा। मार्किंग स्कीम में CAO की कंडीशन क्या होती थी? इट वाज करेक्ट आंसर ओनली. So if the answer is exactly matching with the marking scheme, only then you would be rewarded with marks. तो ये correct answer only की condition पे ही questions आते हैं. And in case if you were simplifying the denominator, आप denominator को अगर multiply कर रहे हैं, okay, so if you are like multiplying the denominator, you need to make sure कि आप denominators को भी simplest possible format में छोड़ें. So when you are like given with a particular question, you don't need to touch the denominator. This would ease up your process of simplifying it. Also will reduce the chances of error. अगर हम open ही नहीं करेंगे denominator को, तो हमारे chances of error of course कम हो जाएंगे. So this is a quick trick to solve these particular questions. Now I'm giving you a similar relevant question. आप लोग इसे try करें and let's see if you people are able to solve this. So I've got 4 over 5x minus 7y minus 3 over 8y plus 2x. Now you all need to solve this and see if you people can do this correctly or not. जल्दी से try करें इसे and let me know the answers, all of you. By the way, anyone who's with Infinix 6817, kindly just change your name. Otherwise, you will be removed. All of you need to make sure that you are joining with your actual names. Otherwise, you won't be allowed to let in. Okay. Let me know the answers if any one of you has solved it. Yes. Husna, Ali, Ahmed, any one of you has solved it? Manur, I'm not getting any answers from you. Make sure to respond. Answers देते रहें, otherwise I'll think that you people are not getting the concepts correctly. Okay, so we have the first answer, and that is 32y with 8x positive. Then we have negative 15x plus 21y. In the denominator, we'll keep the denominator as it is. So this is going to be 5x minus 7y times 8y plus 2x. Okay, if I just simplify this further, आप देखेंगे that we have got 32 and 21 with y. So we'll be having 53y over here. Then in terms of x, we could reduce positive 8x and negative 15x into negative 7x. The denominator would again be remained as it is, which is going to be 5x minus 7y and 8y plus 2x, just like this. So I hope this is perfectly clear. If any one of you has got any query, just let me know. Otherwise, we'll move forward. Okay, perfect. So आगे चलते हैं आप. Now we have got identities to expand. So the examiner could give us some particular identities or some particular questions to be solved with those identities. Identities आपको याद है, we have got 3 identities. As I told you in the beginning of the class, the first 2 are for expansion and the last one is usually used for factorization. So let's say if I've got 8x plus 7y and I need to make a square of it. I need to do the square of it. So if you remember the first identity, Can any one of you tell me what was the first identity? A plus b whole square would open up to become, yes, any one of you who can tell me quickly? Yes, it's a square plus 2ab plus b square, right? So now what we need to observe over here is कि हमारे पास a की जगह पे क्या आ गया है? What we have got in place of a? Yes, quickly, जल्दी जल्दी respond करना है. What we have got in place of a? What is the value over here? The first value, 8. So we have got 8x as the first value. Now can any one of you tell me what we have got in place of b? b की जगह पे हमारे पास क्या आ गया है? We have got 7y. Very good. So what we need to do over here is that since you can see on the right hand side, we have got the values expanded. So what we just need to do is we need to replace those a's and b's with 8x and 7y. तो जहां पर भी आपको a नजर आ रहा है, we'll replace that a with 8x. We'll take the square of it. Then we have got 2 with a plus sign. Then again a is 8x and the value of b is 7y. Now finally we have got plus with 7y squared like this. Now you just need to expand this. 8x squared would produce 64x squared. As you remember from the last topic of indices and standard form, whenever you have got a whole square or a whole cube, you need to imply that onto each and every single value. आप उसे हर एक वैल्यू के ऊपर अप्लाई करेंगे. So the square of 8 is going to be 64, while the square of x is going to be x squared. Now we just need to multiply 2 with 8x with 7y. So this is going to be okay, you will be receiving the recordings in the group. Now 2 with 8x with 7y. So 2 times 8 is going to be 16 times 7 is going to be 112 xy. And finally, we have got 7y square. Very good, Masood. You have got the right answer. 7y whole square is going to produce 7 square, which is 49. And y square is going to be y square as it is. अब आप इसको जब देखेंगे तो इसको हम सिंप्लीफाई फर्दर नहीं कर सकते. You would agree to this point that it cannot be simplified further. So this is going to be our final answer. In the same way, if I have got another question but with a negative sign in between, तो वहां पे क्या करेंगे वो भी देख लेते हैं. So let's say if I have got 5x minus 2y and I need to do the square of it. So you would use the second identity over here. और आपको याद होगा कि second identity में हमारे पास सिर्फ center का sign change हो जाता था. We would have the center sign over here, which is positive right now, would be replaced with a negative sign. So this is going to be the case of a squared minus 2ab with plus b squared. Now you have got the first term 5x in place of a, जबकि b की जगह पे आपके पास क्या आ गया है? Negative 2y आ गया है. Now whenever you are solving identities, आप signs को ignore करेंगे. You will ignore the sign. तो यहाँ पर जो b है वो negative 2y हम use नहीं करेंगे. We will only use positive 2y. So I've got 5x in place of a. Then minus 2 times 5x and times 2y. अब आप यहाँ पर एक चीज ऑब्जर्व करें that we have got negative 2y over here, but I'm not putting negative 2y. I'm using positive 2y. Now in place of b I'll use 2y and square it. अब आप जब इसको सिंप्लीफाई करोगे you will have 25x squared minus this is going to be 20xy with 4y squared positive. Now this is going to be our final answer. अब मैं आप लोगों को दो क्वेश्चन देने लगा हूँ. You people need to solve both of them and tell me your answers. So the first one is that you have got 3x plus 8y whole square, and the second one is you have got 9y minus 2 over 5x whole square. Now there is a problem with the second one. सेकंड में आपके पास जो b है इट हैज गॉट अ फ्रैक्शन विद इन. तो फ्रैक्शन को कैसे सॉल्व करना है? फ्रैक्शन को भी आप सिंपली जस्ट यूज करेंगे और जब स्क्वायर करना होगा तो न्यूमरेटर का स्क्वायर अलग करेंगे और डिनोमिनेटर का स्क्वायर अलग करेंगे. जस्ट गिव इट अ ट्राई एंड लेट मी नो योर आंसर्स, एवरी वन ऑफ यू. Okay, so Ahmed has got the answer already. It's 9x square plus 48xy plus 64y square. बाकी सबने भी कंफर्म करना है, all of you, if you are getting the same answers or not. Okay, perfect. So since every one of you is getting the same answer for the first one, we'll now jump on to the second question, which is 9y minus 2 over 5x whole square. इसको जरा cautiously solve कीजिएगा and let me know the answers once you are done. Okay, so the first answer is 81y squared minus 36 over 5. We have missed xy in the center. Then we have got plus of 4 over 25y squared. 4 over 25x squared. Okay, everyone else kindly just confirm if you have got the same answer or not. We just need to be cautious with the denominator. जो fraction आ गया हमारे पास, वहाँ पे denominator का बहुत ख्याल रखना है, उसको बहुत respect देनी है. Okay, perfect. So since we are getting the same answer, we'll now move on to the next topic, which is factorization. तो अब हम start करने लगे हैं factorization. Okay, I'll explain the fraction part again. So we had our question over here as 9y minus 2 over 5x whole square. तो आपने क्या करना है? You will take the square of 9y minus 2 times 9y times 2 over 5x with plus 2 over 5x whole square. Now 9y square is easy, it's straight, 81y square आ जाएगा directly. But if you see the middle term, it has got the fraction with it. So it is going to be 2 times 9y times 2x, which is going to be 36xy. Denominator में जो 5 है वो as it is रहेगा, it will not be changed in this case. Now if we move on to the b square, हमारे पास वहाँ पे value है as 2x over 5 whole square, which is going to be 4 because of 2 square, then x square, and then 25 because of 5 square. तो इस तरीके से आपने इसको simplify करना है and you'll have your answer like this. Husna, is it perfectly clear to you now? Okay, great. Now we are moving on to the next topic that is related to factorization. अब factorization में हमारे पास 3 different concepts होते हैं. We have got 3 different types of factorization. तो 3 अलग type के questions आ सकते हैं factorization में. सबसे पहले हम factorization को center में ले आते हैं. बीच ग्राउंड में लाकर पिटाई लगाएंगे अभी factorization की. factorization की पिटाई लगाने से पहले factorization की टीम के बारे में समझ लें. factorization की टीम के 3 major members हैं. The first one is of 2 figures. जहाँ पे आपको क्वेश्चन में ही 2 वैल्यूज नजर आएंगी. Now the next one is of 3 figures, where you would see that you will have 3 different values in the question. You will see you are being provided with 3 different values in the question, while The last one is with 4 figures. Now, usually the most difficult one and the most common one is this. 4 figures वाले भाई जो हैं हमारे वो easiest है and it is not usually assessed. कभी कभार इनके क्वेश्चन आ जाते हैं, जनरली नहीं आते since it is very easy. एग्जामिनर का आपको मालूम है उनकी हमसे दुश्मनी है. We stole their vegetables and fruits. तो हमने उनकी जो है वो सब्जियां और फ्रूट चुरा लिए थे, जिसकी वजह से वो हमें कभी भी आसान क्वेश्चंस नहीं देते हैं, तो मुश्किल क्वेश्चंस ही देंगे. तो हमने क्या करना है, उनसे ज्यादा मुश्किल क्वेश्चंस को प्रैक्टिस करके जाना है. तो स्टार्ट करते हैं अब 2 फिगर्स से. सो इन फैक्टराइजेशन व्हेनेवर यू आर बीइंग प्रोवाइडेड विद 2 फिगर्स, तो 2 फिगर्स में आपके पास पॉसिबिलिटी है कि you could either just take out the common, like directly common निकल जाएगा, या फिर you are required to solve it with third identity. तो अगर आपको याद हो, I told you a couple of times कि third identity कहाँ पे यूज होती है फैक्टराइजेशन में, फर्स्ट और सेकंड आइडेंटिटी कहाँ पे यूज होती थी एक्सपेंशन में. So the third identity is generally used for factorization of 2 figures. तो जरा 2 figures का एक क्वेश्चन देख लेते हैं. Like I have got a question over here which says that you need to factorize 16 16a square minus 6a. So we have got this particular question over here. यहाँ पर हमारे पास 2 figures हैं. What we need to observe is that is there anything which could be taken out as common. तो जल्दी से मुझे बताएं कि इन दोनों फिगर्स में से क्या हम कुछ कॉमन निकाल सकते हैं या नहीं. Is there anything which is common in them? Yes, we can take out 2 as common. So we have got 8a square minus 3a. Is there anything else which could be taken out as common? क्या अभी भी कुछ और है? Yes, we can take out a as well. तो हम 2 चीजें निकाल सकते हैं कॉमन. We can take out 2 and we can take out a. So when we take out a, we'll be left with something like this. अब इसकी बैक स्टोरी समझ लेते हैं. ये कैसे हो रहा है देखें. आपने जब यहाँ से 2 को कॉमन निकालना है, what you would do is you would divide each and every single value with 2. So once you have taken out 2 as common, 16 would be divided by 2 and would be reduced to 8a square. 6a के साथ भी यही होगा and will be reduced to 3a. Now when we are taking out a as common, तो जब a को आप as a common निकालते हैं तो हर एक नंबर में से एक एक कम कर देते हैं. You would reduce 1a from each one of them. तो यहाँ पर देखें कितने a हैं इसके पास. How many a's does it have? 2. And if you talk about 3, it has got 1a. हमने क्या करना है, a के सब में से रिड्यूस करना है. तो जल्दी से बताएं 8a स्क्वायर के पास कितने a हैं? 2. कितने रह जाएंगे एक निकालने के बाद? How many a's will it be left with? 1. So we'll leave it with 8a. Now we'll do the same with 3a. 3a के पास कितने a's हैं? एक a है. We'll take out 1 and we'll be left with 3 only. So this is going to be our final answer. Now moving forward, we have a similar question which says that we have 3x squared minus 12x. अब ये एक पास पेपर का क्वेश्चन है. It was assessed in June of 2008. June of 2008 वेरिएंट्स के अंदर ये क्वेश्चन आया था. The question is 3x square minus 12x. What you first need to observe is कि यहाँ पर हमारे पास x और a कॉमन आ रहा है. We can take out 3 and we can take out x. तो मेरे पास x और एक नंबर कॉमन आ रहा है. So now I've got 3x as common. I'll be left with x only in the first place. Then in the second place I'll be left with -4. तो ये हो गया मेरा फाइनल आंसर. जनरली सच क्वेश्चंस आर असेस्ड फॉर 1 सिंगल मार्क और ये पेपर 1 में आते हैं सिर्फ. नाउ काइंडली जस्ट कंफर्म इफ दिस इज परफेक्टली क्लियर और नॉट. Is it clear to all of you? Okay, now moving on to a similar question, which is saying that you have got 25x cube y square minus 15x square y. I need to take out the common from here, लेकिन ये मैं नहीं करूंगा. This would be done by you people. आप लोगों ने इसको सॉल्व करना है, इसको सिंप्लीफाई करके आंसर बताना है मुझे, all of you. Has anyone of you got the answer? Okay, so we have 5x square y times 5xy minus 5 as the first answer. बाकी सब भी जल्दी जल्दी कंफर्म करें if you people are getting the same answer or is there any difference in your answer? Okay, so it's -3 over here. Okay, everyone else. Manur, are you getting the same answer? Okay, if any one of you has got any query, abhi पूछ लें, otherwise we'll move on to the more difficult questions of this type. Okay, assuming that all of you have got it perfectly, we are now moving on to two figures with third identity. तो two figure factorization को third identity के साथ solve करने की कोशिश करते हैं. Now, what we have got over here is we have a question which says that we have 2x squared minus we have 98y squared. Now, the point here is कि क्या यहाँ से कुछ common निकल रहा है? Can we take out anything common from here? Yes. Any one of you? Can we take out anything common from here? 2 can be taken out as common. So we'll be left with x squared minus 49y square. Excellent. अब ऐसा लग रहा है that I have got my final answer over here, लेकिन मुझे इस particular answer पे एक भी नंबर नहीं मिलेगा. I won't be rewarded any single mark for this particular answer. The problem is that when you see into the bracket, you have got x squared and negative 49y square. तो यहाँ पे हमारे पास third identity बनती हुई नजर आ रही है. We can see that the third identity can be applied over here. तो अब क्या करेंगे? अब हम इसको split करेंगे. We would first break it into perfect squares. So I'll write 2, then x square की जगह पे मैं x whole square लिख सकता हूँ. Then 49y square could be replaced with 7y whole square. अब इसको जरा समझिएगा. What we had over here was 49 with y square. 49 किसका perfect square है? 7 का. And y could be turned into simple y with a whole square. तो 49 को हमने downgrade किया into 7 और y square की जगह पे हमने सिर्फ लिख दिया है y. Now, as you can see, we now have got our a with a square, negative sign, then b with a square. अब हमने क्या करना है? अब हमने identity को remind करना है. Identity क्या थी? The identity was that a square minus b square would reduce to, जल्दी से बताएं, a square minus b square would reduce to a square minus b square क्या बन जाएगा? A minus b and a plus b. Very good. Now we have reduced it to this particular form. हमने यही काम x square और negative 7y square के साथ भी करना है. So we'll have x minus 7y in the first bracket and x plus 7y in the second bracket. The point here is कि आपका जो दिल चाहे आप वो पहले लिख सकते हैं. It could be written down as x plus 7y first and x minus 7y later on. तो जो भी आपका दिल करे आप वो लिख सकते हैं वैल्यू सेट. Now, if you have got any query on this, आप पूछ लें, otherwise I'll give you a couple of questions similar to this type. Yes, anyone of you has got any query? किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम है? Okay, so I'm giving you a couple of questions जो आप लोगों ने अभी करने. Let's see, we have got 3x squared and we have got 27 m squared. Now, in the same way, I've got one more question, which is having 4x squared minus 25. And I've got one more question. क्वेश्चंस की बारिश हो गई है यहाँ पे. आप लोगों ने ये सारे क्वेश्चंस अभी सॉल्व करने बिफोर द क्लास रैप्स. So we have got 9z squared minus 64 n squared. Now, all of you need to solve these. सबसे पहला वाला सॉल्व करें और अपने अपने आंसर्स बताएं and then do the second one quickly. Okay, so we have the first one solved already, which is giving answer as 3x minus 3m and x plus 3m. Perfect. Okay, very good. Now move on to the next one. Manur has found the easier way out. ज्यादा लिखना ना पड़े इसलिए सेम आंसर कॉपी पेस्ट करते रहे बस. Answer लिख के Manu, avoid writing same answer every time. Okay, so we have got the second one as well, which is producing 2x plus 5 and 2x minus 5. No worries Manu, we are not in any sort of hurry. बहुत टाइम है हम लोगों के पास, तो आप अपना टाइम लें, कोई इशू नहीं है. But make sure to write down the answer completely. Okay, so moving on to the last one, it's 3z minus 8m, 3z plus 8m. Okay, अब बाकी सब confirm करें जल्दी से if all of you are getting the same answer or not. Okay, Husna, Manu. Okay, perfect. So सबके आंसर सेम आ रहे हैं. Assuming that all of you now have got the same concept clearly and perfectly, we are wrapping up the class for today. But before leaving, just confirm it to me if all of this which has been taught today is perfectly clear, or do you people have any sort of query? Expansion में या factorization के initials में कोई problem है? Okay, all of you are perfectly clear? Okay, great. तो आज फिर इसको wrap करते हैं. We'll now continue on Tuesday, and probably by next Sunday we'll be covering the entire chapter of algebra. और उसके बाद जो है probably test conduct होगा. So the test would probably be in a weekday other than Tuesday and Sunday. बीच में किसी दिन हम test conduct करने के लिए एक छोटा सा session करेंगे. So see you then in the next class on Tuesday, inshallah. Take care, everyone. Allah Hafiz.